Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, the Houston Texans completely shocked the entire NFL by drafting Ohio State quarterback CJ Stroud with the second overall pick. There have been numerous rumors that they would not select CJ Stroud, that quite possibly CJ Stroud would fall, and that maybe the Texans with head coach DeMeco Ryans could be looking at a defensive player. But instead, no, the Texans decided to grab their franchise quarterback, and despite all the negative rumors that were pushed out there and all the drama surrounding CJ Stroud, they believe they have their guy. Could the Houston Texans win the division now in the AFC South? Did they make the right call, or is the drama behind Stroud for real? And it was really an emotional day for CJ Stroud. He did not know what was going to happen, and the passion that you see on camera is real. It makes a lot of sense that the smoke kind of got to the guy. Quarterback CJ Stroud, the 6'3", 214-pound sophomore, started his college career in 2020 as a true freshman at Ohio State, backing up none other than quarterback Justin Fields, now of the Chicago Bears. Following the departure of Justin Fields in 2021, CJ Stroud would be the starter for the Ohio State Buckeyes. Stroud would start and play pretty much every single game for the Buckeyes that year, besides a Week 2 game when he rested a shoulder. The Buckeyes would end with a 10-2 record, losing to Michigan, missing the chance to play in the Big Ten Championship, but they would play in the Rose Bowl and Stroud would make history. He broke the Ohio State and the Rose Bowl records with 573 passing yards thrown in the Rose Bowl, and he also tied the record with 6 touchdown passes. In 2022, Stroud was the favorite to win Heisman. He was a finalist in 2021, but lost to Bryce Young. Stroud would set the conference record with most 6 touchdown passing games in his college career, and he would also break Justin Fields' Ohio State University record. In passing touchdowns, Stroud is now second of all time. In the Peach Bowl, the semifinal matchup against the Georgia Bulldogs, CJ Stroud would have an amazing performance with 4 touchdowns, 348 yards, and narrowly losing to the Georgia Bulldogs by just 1. And he would end his college career making a great case to be the #1 overall pick in the draft. And at the combine, CJ Stroud did not elect to run a 40-yard dash, but he did throw, and he was very impressive. The Carolina Panthers were talking intimately with CJ Stroud. Many people believed he could be the #1 overall pick above Bryce Young because he does not have those size concerns. But then the negative news started hitting about CJ Stroud. The S2 cognition results were released, and this would have a negative impact on CJ Stroud's draft stock. He would score extremely low, lower than all the other people projected to go in the first round. He placed in the 18th percentile on the S2 cognition test, and he would be frustrated with these reports and with these rumors, and he would try to clap back in an interview.
I'm not a test taker, so I play football. At the end of the day, man, I don't got nothing to prove to nobody, so I'm not gonna sit here and explain how I process football. The people who are making the picks know what I can do.
He says he's not a test taker, he's a football player, but he also said something quite interesting, which he thought that there was no accident and no mistake that the results were released, because a lot of people wondered, why did the results get leaked and released? And CJ Stroud seems to imply he believes there are people out there trying to tank his draft stock. And you had some negative rumors circulated by talking heads around this same time. For instance, Brady Quinn brought up the fact that CJ Stroud allegedly ghosted the Manning Passing Academy.
For example, the Manning Passing Academy, I've been told that, he committed to it the night before, just kind of ghosted him, didn't show up. That's football royalty.
And this would cause some drama on social media when you have former player and analyst Ryan Clark clapping back at Brady Quinn about these rumors, trying to call him out. On top of this, CJ Stroud is represented by David Mulgeta, the same agent who represents Deshaun Watson, the same agent who is really good friends with Ryan Clark. So people are trying to put some negative reports out there saying that he'll want the fat contract like Deshaun Watson. Also bringing up the cognition test results, saying that he might not be smart enough. And then more people were leaking rumors. You had Michael Lombardi saying that he's not coachable, and he's heard around the league that he's not coachable.
Not an easy guy to coach. I think the word that people use is he's very not believing in what you're saying.
Is that where it's like he thinks he knows better?
He thinks he knows a little bit better. Okay. He's probably hard to kick to coach it.
So there is a good case to say that there is perhaps a team out there who wants CJ Stroud to fall, who decided to leak all this negative information in hopes that he would fall to them. And there's been more odd things with CJ Stroud on a superficial level. He came to the draft with this odd suit. Apparently, fashion designer in LA told CJ Stroud to go this way. And although the suit does stand out, it stands out in the wrong way. It looks like a girlfriend got upset with him and threw a piece of cake at him. Stroud could be a great quarterback in the NFL. The only problems with him is that his performance under pressure was rough this past season, and his arm talent is just sort of average. It suffers when he's on the move, and especially in the pocket, he does not feel the rush well. And most of the time, Ohio State was able to protect him pretty well. However, in that Georgia Bulldogs game, he did push back against some of these negative reports. What's great about CJ Stroud is he's accurate. He may be the most accurate quarterback in this draft class. And if you want somebody to be a great pocket passer, be able to place and anticipate passes all over the field, CJ Stroud is your guy. And in that Georgia game specifically, he was able to show off some of his dual threat ability, but that really is not his game. He is a true pocket passer. And that is why Stroud's 26.7% rate of perfectly placed passes leads all FBS quarterbacks since 2021. DeMeco Ryans and the Houston Texans, I believe, made the right decision. CJ Stroud will have some decent weapons out there in Houston. They recently grabbed players like Robert Woods. They have tight end Dalton Schultz, still have their great running back Pierce. I think the Houston Texans can really compete with the Jacksonville Jaguars, and I guess all the smoke around the NFL is quite fake, since we should have known that the Texans weren't going to roll with Davis Mills as their franchise quarterback. Let me know if you think CJ Stroud could lead DeMeco Ryans and the Houston Texans in the comments below. Check out some of these other videos you may have missed. If you want more NFL content, subscribe to this channel, WiFiWillie NFL. Peace out, and I hope you have a good one.